Welcome to Everything But the Lesson Plan, the podcast that goes beyond the curriculum to support educators, students, and communities in meaningful ways. I am Franchesca Thompson, and today we're diving into a crucial topic, helping students with special needs transition into the workforce and have fulfilling lives. Our focus is on an incredible organization, Wow in Sync Incorporated, a Georgia-based nonprofit that empowers adults with intellectual and development disabilities and autism through life skills training, community integration, and employment support. Why does this matter? Education doesn't stop at academics. For students with special needs, learning essential life skills like communication, decision making, and employment readiness is just as important as mastering math or reading. The transition from school to adulthood can be challenging, and not all families have the resources or knowledge to navigate this journey alone. That's why organizations like Wow and Sync are critical. Joining us today is Mary Justman, Vice President of Resource and Development for the WOW organization. Welcome to the show, and just wow to everything you're doing to support students with intellectual and development disabilities. How are you today?
I'm great, Franchesca, and thank you for bringing this topic into your podcast. It's truly something that everyone should know something about, and hopefully we can help everyone to understand a little bit more about it, and the parents and the families to be able to have some guidance as to how to navigate this kind of difficult process and journey when they have so many other obstacles in their way that they're dealing with.
Yeah, true. And this, like I was sharing with you earlier, this is my first topic on this, but this is not going to be my last. And like you said, it is a very powerful topic and something that we need to start talking more about. And so I am here for it, and I'm excited about what we're going to share today. So the first question for you is, tell me the story behind WOW.
Okay, well, WOW in Sync stands for, it's an acronym for Working on Work Together.
Oh,
Our roots
nice.
are based in helping individuals power their futures, and we've been powering futures of young adults and adults with disabilities, intellectual and developmental disabilities, for over 25 years. And WOW's story began with our president, Karen Lynn, who was a manager of a production center in Atlanta. So she was a worker. She was a manager. And Karen was asked to help a group of young adults with developmental disabilities by giving them a job at their production center. And she agreed. But when she did that, she also discovered that they did not really know how to work and be a team. So she helped train them, and then it really became a huge success story. They were doing their jobs better than anyone, and she was asked to continue this work in a bigger way to help more individuals learn to work, be successful. And so she started with an organization called Hands for Hires years ago, which later became WOW in Sync, of course, a nonprofit organization. And that's what we do. We power futures of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, helping them to learn about work, get to work, and live productive lives.
And so WOW has become this change maker organization that is serving so many students here in Georgia. So I am excited about what we're going to share today. What are some of the biggest challenges individuals with special needs face when transitioning into adulthood?
So what we have found, and we've worked with many, many students in the schools with special needs, is that these young adults can do so many things if given the confidence and the guidance to help them build their own independence. So the challenges are really center around that confidence and building independence so that they can do what they need to do and can advocate for what they need. And they love to work, and the employers that hire our young adults love it's just a wonderful win-win for everybody.
Mm-hmm. And
They
so when you
do the job, and they are so happy to be part of a team.
Yeah, and so you've seen your students um, gain this confidence throughout the program.
Oh, yes. And what we also know is that it's not about telling, it's not about talking about how to build confidence. You know,
Hmm.
we believe in doing. When we talk about a concept, we practice it. And this is how we work with our students in the schools. We practice it again, and the students' skills develop through practice, and they gain the confidence when they see that they can do, and they are able to be independent with some of this work.
And
So a
so
lot
when,
of it, yeah, it boils down to being confident and,
yeah,
and someone trusting in you to do something and doing it.
yeah, I love it. So when we talk about the impact of WOW and the students, do you have any success stories?
We have so many success stories. Primarily, the success stories happen when an individual is placed in a job that fits their interests and strengths. And
Hmm.
that's what we work to do. We customize each employment opportunity around each individual's interests and the strengths that they bring. And we work to develop any accommodations to help them be the most successful in that job. And some of the success stories are just making that fit, like the young adult who loves children, who now works with children in a daycare organization, and she loves it, and they love her too. And like the young man who's now working in a fitness center, his hobby and his favorite environment is working out. And when we realized that, and we found an organization that would hire him in, he's thriving, and it's a win-win once again. And or like the individual who works with the Emory Hospital, uh,
Wow.
and he's just recognized for Emory Healthcare for his hard work and his positive attitude and his reliability. He's been there for years, and doing a great job for them.
Wow, that's now that is those are success stories for sure. So whenever we think about trying to collaborate, okay, how does WOW collaborate with local businesses and communities to create these opportunities for individuals with disabilities?
So we've been developing partners in the community for many, many years. We have a diverse range of employment and community opportunities and partners. And our employers really are true community partners.
Hmm.
Um, they also know that we really we are there for the student. We job coach so that when they get into that job, they have a guide and a mentor, and we help the employer to build what we call natural supports, or individuals that are on site, and that our student can go to work, or our young adult can go to get assistance with and guidance. So the goal is to help build that independence. We are there to orient them into the job, and then we start to fade back because our goal is independence, so that they are able to get to work, do the job, and be proud of what they do, and contribute to the organization.
Yeah. And whenever you think about educators, what roles do the educators play in preparing students for life beyond the classroom? And how can they connect with organizations like WOW?
So, one of the key things that we are doing right now is working with educators in the schools. We are a part of a program called Pre-Employment Training, PREETS services. It's funded by GVRA, Georgia Vocational Rehabilitation Agency.
Mhm.
And the schools can contact GVRA to bring this service into their schools. The educators in the schools are truly the key link to a student to help them gain the supports they need when school is over. Um, Everything is provided for the student while they're in school, but when
Mm.
the yellow bus stops running, and the school and they graduate out, unless they have planned and prepared a path forward, often our young adults don't use those skills that they've been developing.
Mhm.
and they need some help to get to that next step. So the schools we work with through the pre-employment training know that preparing a high school student for the next steps is the primary goal.
Yeah.
Whether they're a diploma student or a non-diploma student, the true goal is to help them figure out their next steps and get
Yeah.
ready for that. So that's what we do. We partner with the schools, and we are partnered with many, many schools in the Atlanta area to help make that happen.
And I've seen your program in action and the care and love that you pour into a school and the students and the teachers. And I can be the first to say I just we need to see more of this in every single school. I know you like I can't I don't have the capacity right now, but when I
Oh, thank
tell
you
you
so
the
much.
value of your program
Yeah,
is
we
just
love
incredible.
doing what we do.
Yeah,
When we see the students build their success and build their self-advocacy skills and be able to stand up and conduct a great professional introduction, good introduction, and then be able to follow those directions and be able to develop the work ethic that's required and expected when they get into the work. Many students don't realize the work expectations. They've got to stand side by side with everybody, and they've got to bring their work ethic too. So it's part of it is just helping them to understand how valuable they are and how valuable they are to the organization, and that the organization is going to count on them to bring all these skills and the mindset that will help them be successful.
yeah. And so, one of the things I really think about a lot, and you did touch on it, is the kind of like what to do after high school. What can parents do to prepare while they're in high school? So, what kind of advice would you give parents and caregivers that are looking for resources to support their student or their child, transitioning into adulthood?
I think that this pre-employment training program uh,
Hmm.
is a critical part of helping the students not only prepare for that next path, but have resources beyond school. Um, GVRA will fund this pre-employment training with providers that are vetted and preferred, and of course we are a preferred provider to do what we do, and they will get that pre-employment training. And the great thing about our organization is that we don't just train and then that's it. We have a full service organization so that they can get the training. We can get to know the families and the students in the schools, and when they're ready to graduate, uh, we have a transition manager that helps them plan that process, sit down with the family, and help them to get ready for the next steps rather than sit at home and not do anything. We that's our goal is to help them get to that next step. And so our organization has a transition manager in place that takes over when the student gets closer to graduation. And then we have an employment program who actually helps to develop the job and are on site with the student when they get hired to help them get into that job and start building independence and that wonderful life that comes with work, and the great feelings that you have when you have a job and
Yeah.
you work and you make money.
Yeah, I love it. And so, Mary, I will just say keep doing what you're doing. Excited for your program and the growth of your program. More is needed, and so you guys are definitely on the right track. If someone wants to get involved and support WOW, how can they do that?
Well, as we say at WOW, in fact, it's one of our biz rules that the students learn. We work together as a team. That's one of our biz
Hmm.
rules. And it's the same thing. Our community and our schools are part of the team, and we all have to work together to make this happen. So the main thing is just to believe in these students and help them as much as you can. As far as if you're an employer, open the door, give them a chance. If you're a parent, uh, help the student to, or help your school to bring in this pre-employment training, connect with GVRA before they leave school, and just help to power those futures, believing in each individual's value to contribute and help. Educators, sometimes the parents don't know to reach out to GVRA. It's the educators can reach out to GVRA to make sure your students have access to the pre-employment training. And of course, WOW is there. We're one of the preferred providers, and we are always, we are always willing to get into a school if asked and if requested. We can be there. We just need to. We need the request to come in. We don't go to the school and say, well, why don't you do this? It's up to the school to come to us through either GVRA or just to reach out and let us know that you need us, and we will be there.
Love it. So, as we close out, here's my call to action that I think we need to hear. Educators, if you're out there, find your WOW in your community and partner with them. It's very important for us, our students, to have these resources. Parents, explore resources, explore your local resources that offer life skill training. That's one thing that Mary said was very important. And employment programs for young adults with special needs. Community members, volunteer, donate, okay? Advocate for programs that empower individuals with disabilities to thrive. Supporting students with special needs doesn't end at graduation, and we heard that today. It is truly a lifelong journey. By working together as a team with organizations similar to WOW in Sync, we can ensure that every student has this opportunity to learn how to lead a fulfilling and independent life. Thank you for tuning in to Everything But the Lesson Plan. And thank you for joining me today, Mary.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Franchesca, for sponsoring this podcast and bringing this information to your listeners. It's true. You are powering futures through this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. If you found today's episode helpful, be sure to share it with fellow educators, parents, and advocates. Let's keep having the conversation. Let's keep continuing to create an inclusive community for all. Until next time, keep teaching, keep thriving, and keep supporting one another.